Conan the Adventurer was not a show that I expected to be so good. Um, it's kind of funny. I went on Tubi. My daughter wanted to watch a show, and I was going through the kids shows, and she saw that one, and she wanted to watch that one, and it was pretty funny. I was like, all right, it's PG, so I'll throw it on. And what I found was a show that was way better than it had any right to be. Yeah, it's a little goofy. There's a little bit of cheesiness. The show came out in the 80s. I mean, what do you expect? Um, but what made it really good was all of the depth of the plot. So you have Conan. He lives in Samaria, um, and he lives with his family. Then a meteor comes crashing down, and they harvest it and melt down the what they call star metal uh, into basically all sorts of different things. And it turns out that there is an evil villain named Rathamon, which, yes, that's one of the flaws of the show is bad names. But Rathamon is the leader of the snake people who are trying to open up a portal to bring their evil god into our world. Because the one thing to keep in mind is that the Conan series takes place basically in the mythos, like shortly after the fall of Atlantis. So everything's supposed to happen about 10,000 or so years ago, plot wise. So it's just like a alternate, not an alternate history, but just an idea of what a history might be. So Rathamon's trying to collect all of the star metals so he can build these special rings to put on top of these pyramids because if the pyramids are, um, if he builds seven pyramids and puts the rings on them, it'll open the portal to allow Set to come in. Well, he went and screwed with the wrong person. So he goes to Samaria because he hears that the star metal has landed, and he turns Conan's parents to stone. So then Conan goes on the quest to defeat him. And on this quest, he meets a variety of different people, each who have star metal weapons of one sort or another. Um, with a prominent two being Zula, who is kind of like a druid. He's the prince of a kingdom, and he teams up with Conan. And then you also have Jessamine, who is sort of like a circus performer, and she's got shurikens, and they're the ones who are in most of the episodes. And you have a large variety of additional characters, and they go from place to place. And the team who's with Conan changes, which is something similar to the books and the comics. Um, and it's just all around the storytelling is really good. And I don't want to spoil too much, but I watched the first season. The 13 episodes are great. Um, and it's set up villains, some of which come back more. Not it's not just Rathamon, which yes, I get his name is kind of terrible. Um, but you have the different magics that are out there, and it's just I was really impressed. There's two seasons. I'll probably start the second season in a little bit because I'm just trying to like bounce around to different things. But I highly suggest checking it out while it's on Tubi because if you like Conan, it's good. I mean, yeah, it's more kid friendly. They don't really kill people. The evil villains are all snake people who get banished to another dimension when they're defeated, but it's good. And it builds up slowly. You get more of the world. You get to see different places. You get to see the different cultures. You get to see how they all begin to unite behind Conan, which is supposed to set up like how Conan becomes king. Um, yeah, and it's great. So I say check it out.